Hello dear kids, hope you all are doing well. So we are back with our new video. So let's move forward and see what's there in the new video. Well class, you have some pictures given as a hint and you have to simply write on the comment section that what we have learned in the previous class. Okay class, so you have only 3 seconds, so you have to answer very quickly. Very good class. So, yes, we have done about the ingredient food sources and different food sources like plant sources and animal sources, right? So now let's move forward to the question. So here is a question time and you have to answer the given question, and the question says that material to make roti are water, wheat, oil or ghee. These material are called food material, ingredient, both or none. We have done this question, so I hope this is very simple for you to answer this question. Yes class, very good. So the right answer is ingredients. Now let's move forward. So today we are continuing our chapter food. Where does it come from? Here are some learning objectives that we are going to cover by the end of this lesson. So class, here is one here is one diagram in front of you, and you have to simply mark or you have to write on the comment section about the different parts of plant. You have to simply mark it. Okay, class, very good. So I hope by this time you have write down your answer in the comment section. So very good, class. You have attempted it very well. Now let's see what the answer will be. Very good. So class, see the different parts of plant parts are flower, then fruits. I'm so sorry for that. Inconvenience. So fruit, then stem, leaf. These are the bird, and these plant in the gap of the branch from the stem is called the internode, and this part where the new branch is connecting to the old branch or old stem part, so that part is known as the nodes, right? So if someone asks you for what do you mean by nodes, you can simply say that the connecting part of the new branch with the old one is the node, and the gap between the stem from one branches to the another branches is the internode, right? So these flower, fruit, stem, leaf all together comes under the shoot system, right? Shoot system, because in the shoot means the stem. In the stem it all are connected somewhere, so they all are interconnected. And the root is further divided into two parts, that is the primary root, from where the root started. Primary means we all know that the starting point of anything. So primary means from where the, which is the main part of the root, from where the roots scattered from excuse me for that, scattered from one place to another, right? So this is the primary root. Meanwhile the secondary root is the outcoming of the further roots of it. Now let me just share you this thing. This is the flower, these are the fruit, this is the leaf, and this is the stem. So they all together comes under the shoot system, right? Meanwhile the starting of the primary root and these connecting new root part, primary and secondary, all together forms the root system, right? Very good, class. Now let's move forward. So today our first topic is plant part and animal product as food. So as you can see that flower are the plant part that we can use as a food item. So many of you or if you don't know or if you haven't eat it, so just do one thing, take a flour of pumpkin and just dip it on the gram flour or basin and mix it with the salt and then fry it on the oil, in the oil, I'm sorry. So you can after taking this that will make you a taste of a very great taste of a flour pakoda. So you can try it. Now let's see what is there in the notes. So all the plant parts that can be eaten are called edible plant parts. Now that pumpkin's flour that you use for making its pakoda is the edible plant part. Okay, similarly if you take example of spinach. So spinach is a leaf call that cabbage is made from the leaves. So here the edible plant part are the leaves. Okay, meanwhile if you take example of cauliflower, so the cauliflower is having a stem that holds that flour, whitish flour. So that stem also needs in the making of any kind of vegetable or in the mixed veg also. So that denotes that these also are the edible plant parts, means the stem are also the edible plant parts. So anything that requires in the eatable things and that come from plants, so they are called the edible plant parts. Okay, for example, we have just discussed that flower, leaves, fruits, and so on, right? Now, next is we should not, eat any random or any certain food, plant or plant part. I'm extremely sorry for that. So we should not just eat any random or any kind of plant, because if you do it, it may be poisonous to your body and it may be harm to your body. So without getting a proper information whether the plant is like belonging to the edible plant parts or edible plant or not, you should not try this experiment at all. Okay, so now let's move forward. So class, here is now activity time. I will show you some activity and meanwhile you have to simply do the same thing and write down in the comment section what you find. Okay. So now let's see it first of all. So the activity says that the food item with plant as a major source, like brinjal curry, then soya chili, then chana masala. These are very famous food, and if you belongs to a Punjabi family, then you're definitely going to know about these kind of food items. And if any family, like anyone can eat, these are the very usual things. So what are the ingredients required in it, right? So we have to simply first of all look after it that brinjal curry needs majorly brinjal, chili, oil, and these like brinjal, chili, oil. These are the brinjal and chili are the fruits, and oil come from the seed. So they belongs to the seed of the plant. In the same manner, the two are also written. So you have to do it like you have to do one thing in this activity. Whatever you eat in your day, you have to simply make a chart like this, and you have to first of all write down the ingredient or the sources, and then you have to differentiate whether the given sources belongs to the fruit or the seed or the leaf or stem or anything of the plant or plant parts, right? So simply you have to do this, and you can mail me, or you simply write on the comment section also. So now let's move forward. So here is a question time for you kids. So you have to simply mark as true or false. So the question says that we should not eat any wild plant because it may be poisonous and can harm our body. Is it true or false? We have just discussed about it. So I hope you will mark the correct answer. Very good class. So the right answer is true and you all are right. Keep it up. Now let's move forward. So class, what do you understand by looking at this picture? Okay, so many of you can say that, ma'am, the dog is eating something. Okay, so now let's move forward to understand why I have put this picture in front of you, right? So with this, our next topic is, what do animals eat, right? So we have just learned about plant products and the edible parts of the plant, right? Now we will going to understand about what the animal eats, right? So different animal eats different types of food. Yes, we know. If you take example of cow, so cow can eat the grass, then roti, then any vegetarian food. If you can take like if you take example of a dog, dog can eat both plant product and animal product. Okay, and if you take example of lion, so lion can only eat the flesh, that is the animal product. So with this we can understand that the food habit of an animal can divide into three parts, that is the herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. Now herbivores means any plant product that is eaten by the animal. So the animal can eat only the plant or the plant product. For example, I have just given you that if you take example of like um, uh, bull or cow or buffalo or goat, you will always find them to eat either grass or roti or anything that your mother makes for them, but that should be vegetarian. So they will just eat the vegetarian food only, so they comes under the herbivores. Many of the human also considered as herbivores because they only eat plant and plant products, right? So the next is carnivores. Now carnivores, as I have given you the example earlier about the lion. So the lion can only eat flesh. If you put roti in front of lion, lion will not going to eat it. If you put flesh or meat or fish or anything, so the lion will going to eat it. So any human or animal that only depends on the animal product, they considered among the they considered in the carnivores, right? Meanwhile, the omnivores, the best example of omnivores are human, dog, crow also. So they can always, if you throw roti to a dog, roti will eat it. If you throw, roti, like if you not throw, if you give very respectfully, we should have respect any of the animal, no matter if it is human or dog. So we should always give them with respect. So if you give roti to the dogs, street dogs, or if you have a pet as a dog, so if you give roti, roti will be eaten by them. If you provide some flesh, flesh will be eaten by them. If you provide some like food item which is belonging to a mixture of both plant product and animal product, there is a chance of that, like if you consider as human, so human will going to definitely eat it. Okay, so they falls under the omnivore. So with this we understand that an animal who can eat both plant product and animal product, or depends on both plant product or animal product, will be considered under the omnivores. Okay class, very good class. So with this we have one more activity time, and you have to simply write down that here are some name of animal. You have to simply write down on the comment section that what are their food habits. So the cow comes under herbivore, carnivore or omnivore. You have to simply write the first like initial letter of the name. Very good class. So it belongs to the herbivores. Lion, carni; spider, carni, because it always feeds on the like small animals, for example flies or butterflies or house flies. Okay, so they falls under the carnivores, and meanwhile the crow falls under the omnivores. Very good class. Now with this, let's move to the next question time. So you have to choose the correct option, and the question says that animal on the basis of their food habit are divided into three parts or two parts, or how many parts. You have to simply the mark to the correct answer. So the options are only herbivores, only carnivores, only omnivores, or all of these. Very good class. So you are absolutely correct. So the correct answer is all of these, because the food habit of animal is divided into three parts: herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. Very good class. So now what we have learned today? Yes class, very good. So today we have completed the chapter food. Where does it comes from, right? So we have completed this chapter, under which we first of all learned about the ingredients, then food sources, that is plant product and animal product, then plant parts which are edible. Okay, then finally we learned about the food habits of animals, right? Food habits of animals. So under this we come to know about herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. With this our chapter 1 ends up. So now let's move forward. There is one more activity. You have to simply mark it as herbivores, example of herbivores, carnivores or omnivores. So the first example or the name of animal is cow. So cow falls under what? Very good class. Herbivores. Lions. Very good. Carnivores. Goat. Yes, very good. Again herbivores. And crow we have discussed. It falls under the omnivores. Very good class. So with this you have one more question time. So you have to simply fill in the blanks. So goat is an example of what, kids? Give example in your, like, give answer in the comment section. Very good. Herbivores. Tiger is an example of? Very good. Carnivores. Human is an example of? Yes, very good. Omnivores. So now let's move to the recap time. So recapitulation. In this lesson, we complete the chapter food. Where does it come from? We learned about the carnivores, herbivores, omnivores, edible plant parts, ingredients, and so on. So, what do you mean by herbivores, kids? Yes, very good. So, any animal that depends on plant and plant product falls under the herbivores. For example, goat, cow, anything. Okay. Oh, you have to give one example of carnivores and okay herbivores, or you have to give example of omnivores also. So example of carnivore is tiger, herbivore is cow, and omnivore is crow or human, we can say. Why it is advised not to eat any wild plant part or any wild plant? Because it is very hazardous to our body and can harm our body. So without any without having any kind of proper information about the plant or the plant product, we should not try to eat it in order to save our body. With this our chapter finishes, and let's move to the homework time, class. So here is the homework in front of you. You have to simply explain the carnivore, herbivore, and omnivores in your own words. With give you have to give suitable example in order to justify your answer. Second question says that you have to make a small video explaining why should we not, why should we are advised not to eat any plant product. Okay, so you have to do it with the given demonstration. So for example, you have to take one plant product or plant part which is edible, and you have to make one plant product which is not edible. Okay, and you have to simply, after demonstrating it, explain why it is edible, why it is non-edible, and why it is advised to do not take this non-edible plant part. Okay, and the third question says that you have to make a beautiful diagram of plant and you have to mark its part. Very good, class. So you have caliber, and I know you will do the homework positively. With this, we finish this lesson. Thank you so much for your patience and learning. We will meet soon with another video. Thank you, class.